Go.
It's the podcast, What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. It's November 18th, 2020. And I'm the host. I'm here again, as always. I'm not going anywhere like Donald Trump. You can't kick me out of here. This is my house, and I will stay if I want to. It's week 2 now we've been doing this, and we still think we have a new president, but we're not sure. The old guy won't leave, nor will he give over any of the information, not even like the code to the garage or anything that like would be necessary to move on to the next sort of administration. So it's not happening here, but we're still apparently the best democracy in the world, right? Everyone? That's what I'm told. That's what I was taught. And that's what I'm teaching my kids. If I taught them anything. The only thing I taught him this week, well, I taught my son, my oldest has this big Spanish test today. He's very nervous about it. And he's been working so hard. We've been practicing every single night.
Grande Spanish test, Steve.
Well, it's a grande. But I told him it matters un poquito, just a little bit. Okay. In the grand scheme of things, he's stressing himself out. And I had to talk to him this morning. I go, I know you're working on it. I know that we see how hard you work. I don't care if you get them all wrong today. Because everything is oral and they have to do it in front of it's a Zoom meeting in front of everybody. And so he gets a little nervous, he gets tense. So I told him, I know you've been working on it. I don't care if you get them all wrong, just do the best you can. And I think that sort of made him feel a little bit better. The test
Wait, if it's verbal on Zoom, can you have a little cheat sheet next to the computer screen?
I thought about standing behind him with cue cards like they do on SNL, I thought about that.
I used to the verbal part of Spanish tests in high school were the worst thing. I could write it down for days, but I could not speak it to people.
Yeah. So the teacher asks him a question in Spanish. He has to say in English what that question was and then answer the question in Spanish.
Damn.
So, yeah, and look, he's been working on it, but I could tell he's nervous and he's making himself anxious. So I just said to him, it doesn't matter, just do the best you can. And I think now he feels, but look, I could stand behind him, like you said, with cue cards, but I want him to know that to not stress out so much when you get into these situations. You've done the work, you did the best, just listen to the question and answer it.
Right.
And if you fuck up, then you just, chupa la pingue. It's like my cock, or, I think that's what that means, right?
No idea.
I don't know.
That feels more brutal than it used to be. We used to have a little language lab and everybody had a little headset. And so you would hear a question and then you would have to hit record and answer it. So you had a minute to think about it before you had to answer it. And half the time I would write out an answer to it and then I would read my answer.
This is almost like Brenton, who won the NFL MVP in 1986? And you're just
answer in Spanish.
Now say El Lorenzo Taylor. I don't
Senor.
So, we have that on our plate. We have that going on. I'm not going to be here for the Spanish class anyway because I have a golf lesson. And so I'm back in the saddle. Courts recommended me a good teacher. I've got to get everything fine-tuned for whenever this Comedians Cup competition is going to happen. I want to make sure I'm set. And I've been playing a little bit better. And I got some new clothes. New clothes make you feel better. They make you feel like you're a better player. I played in a tournament last Friday for the top 10 spots, got a turkey, and I finished 12th.
Wait, out of how many?
I think there were 48 players.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, but in my flight,
in the top 25%.
Not really, because there were 2 flights. I think in my flight I finished in the top 40%.
Okay, that's not as good.
So yeah, not as good. So we're straightening things up and we're going to get them fixed. But look, mentally there's nothing that can be done. I still fall off badly mentally, 1 or 2 bad shots, especially in a row or in a hole, and it can completely destroy my game. I've got to keep figuring out how to move on past those things mentally. I've got mental problems. You know how bad of mental problems I may have? I'll tell you how bad, Brenton. I'm glad you asked. We don't know. We have a dog, much like you, and our dog's old, and we're going to New York for Christmas. This is the plan as of right now, unless the world ends or, they say we can't fly anymore. But so we're going for probably close to what's going to be like 3 weeks. And it's expensive if you got a dog and you can't, I can't put him anywhere. I have no neighbors to come over and watch him. It's, so I have decided, and I've made the decision that I am emotionally and mentally so unstable now that I need an animal for me to be with me on the plane. And
your dog is too big for the plane, Steve.
Oh, I know that. But if
it's an emotional support dog, it doesn't matter what size it is.
That's crazy.
I saw a dude with a full-blown German Shepherd on a plane. It was like 3 people in a row, and then they were just sitting there, and then all of a sudden this huge German Shepherd just sat up and looked around, and I was like, I didn't even know that was down there. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like I can't pay $35 a day to have someone stay here. It's going to be like $1,000 for the month.
Yeah,
it's like you can't fly under the plane; it's too cold. So I realized I'm emotionally unstable. So I went online. I saw Josh Adam Myers. We talked a little bit about what the hoops you have to jump through, because he's got a big dog too, and he wants to fly with it. And he's emotionally unstable. So he told me about a website. I went to the website, and you fill out a form. Are you nervous about flying because of COVID? What would you answer to that?
Everybody's nervous about flying with COVID.
It's a yes or a no answer.
Everybody's nervous about flying, period.
Check. Yes. Perfect. Do you feel are you more comforted when your dog is around? Are you, Brenton?
Duh.
You are? Check.
Of course.
So right now, you're 100% from the floor. You're emotionally, you would need Rogue to fly with you. And I need Mickey Mantle to fly with me.
Separate flights for people with dogs and people that are normal human beings.
I am Mosaic on JetBlue. Do you know what that means? That means like
you're like
top of the line.
Platinum, yeah.
Yes.
You waste money.
So I called them.
You'll pay for Mosaic, but you won't.
You can earn it, but you have to fly constantly.
Well,
I called JetBlue on my special Mosaic line, which, by the way, still took 7 minutes, and I was quite upset when I got on the line. But anyway, 7 minutes.
Actually,
I was like,
for what you're trying to do, that's actually good, though.
Oh,
you want to be emotionally
What if I was
unstable?
in an airport waiting there?
Hello, JetBlue. I need you to answer in at least 6 minutes or less.
Listen to me. I got this JetBlue lady on the phone. She said what I needed. She needed all the forms, right? All these forms. I go, okay, great. Then I went back to this website and I said, what do you offer with this mental exam? And they said, boom, 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 boom. This piece of paper, that piece of paper, this form, that form. I go, great. And it came in a package for $135. I took the online survey. Bing, bang, boom. I've got a mentally unstable brain that now has a license with a raised seal to prove so. And I have submitted that information to JetBlue. And the lady on the phone told me, and I quote, Mr. Renazizi, no news is good news. If you don't hear from us, you show up at the airport. I go, great. Now, my wife is not happy at all because she's been trying to line up dog sitters and trying to get the cheapest ones. And I told her, I go, babe, all that's off your plate now. I've taken care of it. Like everything. I've done it. And now I told her about my plan. She says it's asinine. She says none of this fucking paperwork looks legit. I go, it's all legit. I have a doctor's number. You know, like when they have to put their doctor number next to it? This doctor put her number next to it. And so I've dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's. I submitted all my paperwork, but she still is not. So she told me, she goes, look, here's the deal. When we go to the airport, if this doesn't work out, I'm still getting on the plane with the kids.
Yes.
You and the dog can go back home and fa la 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 your own little Christmas vacation together yourselves. And I said, I said to her, I go, you know what? I'll accept that in this moment. That's fine. But think about how unreasonable that is. Like, what if I told her, what if her job was to find a dog sitter and she did, and the dog sitter backed out the last second? Do you think it would be cool for me to go, you know what? Well, that's on you. Go fuck yourself. I'm getting on the plane with the kids. Or I would probably say, I'm getting on the plane by myself. You keep the kids here with the dog. So what I'm saying is, like, that's not a cool thing to, like,
it's not a cool thing. Tracy needs to
way.
understand she's married to a mentally unstable person, and you can't do that to a person like that.
Yes. Now, Brendan, we've been doing this, 2 years now? You already figured that out. I've been with this fucking lady for 25 years. 25 fucking years. And it's still like, she's like, oh, this isn't going to work. Like, she needs an emotional support animal just for her to be able to deal with this. I haven't made her this nervous about a flight since we dizzy bitched it on our way to on our way to Hawaii one time. I don't know if you guys are ever familiar with the dizzy bitch.
I was just gonna say, could you please explain a dizzy bitch?
Okay, the dizzy bitch. My gay friend in West Hollywood taught me this move. He said it was much, much easier to do pre 9/11 than it is post 9/11. But essentially, this is the plan, right? What you do is, say you're going to Hawaii, right? You've got a regular seat booked in coach, right? Then when you check in at the airport, you say to them, hey, are there any first class seats available, right? And of course they say, well, yes, here they are. And they go, well, what numbers are they? Because I want to know, like, do they want a window or an aisle? They're both 6A's available, 2B's available. Okay, great. No, thank you. Then you go to the gate, right? And then you sit there and they load the first class people in. They load everybody in the back of the plane. The last people right before the end, you have to come and you come in and you just sit down in those two seats that were empty, 2A and 2B.
And that works?
Right in first class. Works. I did it on the way to Hawaii. This was 2006. I sat there. They came over to me. They go, would you like a newspaper? I said, yes. And an orange and a mimosa, please, right? And Tracy's sitting in her chair like this. Like, she can't even make eye contact with everyone. I was as cool as a cucumber, as a pineapple. I was sitting there. The paper was open before, as soon as because we were the last ones, they closed the door right behind us. We sat down, and then now it's like, the people, like, the guys backing the plane out, the pilots backing the plane out, the flight attendants are getting their shit together. Nobody's questioning who's what, where, what. And next thing you know, we're fucking 2 hours into this thing. I'm napping. Tracy's still like, I can't relax, but that's not my problem. I'm fucking lounged out. And
you know what? Maybe she would have been relaxed if the dog was with you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the reason it's called the dizzy bitch is because worst case scenario, they come over to you and they go, excuse me, sir, is this your seat? And you go, oh, I thought it was a 2A. It's 16B, whatever the fuck it is. And you go, whoops. And it's like the dizzy bitch. That's what you're like, whoopsie, oopsie, I didn't know. You just fucking go. Because what are they going to kick you off the fucking plane? They're not.
I don't.
You just have to sit there and be able to absorb a little bit of shame, which I am well equipped to do. That's what I was put on the planet for.
I don't think that would work now, though.
It doesn't work as well. No. Now it's like,
I don't think it would work at all now. Because
they come over to me now and they're like,
every name
is
assigned to a seat. Yeah. And they oversell every flight because the airline industry's collapsed twice. So they're upgrading people before you even start loading.
There are no more empty seats. No. But
that's pretty sick that you got on.
Yeah. That was
basically a free upgrade without upgrade.
Yes. It's a free upgrade. On a 6-hour flight to Hawaii. They gave us pineapple juice and vodka. It was amazing. But yeah, so I am emotionally unstable, and I believe that I have done everything I'm supposed to do. I filled out all the paperwork, and I'm going to do this. This is how I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. And if people out there think it's a bad idea, then let me know why. And I don't just say like, doesn't your moral compass? No, fuck you. Give me reasons why I can't do this. I'm not bringing a peacock on the fucking plane. I'm not bringing a boa constrictor.
Way worse than like.
I'm bringing a beautiful, friendly Labrador Retriever. who's white as the snow and as kind as, I don't know, Snow White. Snow White was kind.
But Mickey hasn't flown before, right?
Not in the real part of the plane.
So you have no idea how he's going to react.
Are you flying first class or are you flying coach?
We're flying coach. We're in the last row of JetBlue. We're getting on we're row 26.
It's all your family.
We got a whole row.
Yeah,
we're in our own row.
Okay.
And I'm going to give him his melatonin that I give him. You know, like I give him a little bit of melatonin and kind of, when he normally flies under the plane, I give him a little bit to fucking knock him out. And I'll give him a little bit of that too. And I don't care if I got to drag him down the fucking aisle with me if he's knocked out.
How much does he weigh?
You know?
He's big.
80 pounds.
Oh, you could but you could carry him.
Not with his back.
Who's
hold him like a big toddler.
You're gonna throw out his back again.
Sir, is that a polar bear you're sneaking on this flight? This is my emotional support polar bear.
Like, you know how in New York they have the rule that you can't bring your dog on the subway unless it's in a bag or whatever, and people get those huge blue IKEA
on roller
bags.
Skates.
They get those huge blue IKEA bags for like the big dogs. Just get one of those.
Yep, and they jam them in those things.
Yeah,
but you could just get them roller skates. Put them on 4 roller skates and just roll them everywhere.
Tell them you need a wheelchair.
Use a roller bag.
And you can just like let the dog sleep in the wheelchair.
By the way, we have to get a COVID test 48 hours before we leave to go to New York. And then when we land, we have to get one within 3 days of being there. Another test.
Wait, you have to get one before you leave? Is that like an airline requirement?
All right. Before we leave, no, that's a New York State requirement.
Oh.
Before we leave, we have to fly into New York with a negative COVID test for each one of us that is within 48 hours of us leaving. So when we get off the plane, there's like Army Reserve people in the fucking airport. You got to fill out, you got to show them that. You got to tell them where you're going. And then what they want you to do is either quarantine for 14 days or go get a test within 3 days. Another test. It's crazy. So I'm like, between all that shit, nobody's going to be fucking breaking my balls about a dog. It's the holiday season, man.
You'd be surprised. Everybody's on edge.
Oh, Brendan. You sound
Everybody's
a lot like
on
a lady
edge.
I live with.
I'm just trying to be reasonable, as she is.
And there's no way to test run this thing either, by the way.
No.
You just got to do it. It's just got to be the day. You got to make sure you don't run into a fucking cunt who didn't eat her breakfast, or whatever.
They said it's all good if you don't hear from them. What if you hear from them?
Then I got to figure out something else. But
so maybe you'll get lucky and you'll hear from them a few days before, and then you just get one of her sitters.
Well, or can you last minute put the dog under the plane?
No,
like you have in the past. Cold. Oh, got it.
Too cold right now. I mean, I assume it's going to be too cold. It's 34 degrees in New York right now. I mean, it could be one of those things where it's like one of those magical 60-degree days in New York, but I can't really plan my trip based on that.
Yeah, but when they put
it matters when the plane's up in the sky.
What?
It's going to be cold no matter what the temperature is anywhere because you're going 40,000 feet up in the air. So they either just
they're not worried
don't
about
allow
that.
it anymore.
They're worried about like delays on the tarmac of 2 hours and sitting there in fucking 10 degrees, whatever it is. They're, we're in climate controlled up there. They're not.
So JetBlue
you can't fly a
doesn't
dog
let
in
you.
New York. I mean, in the summertime, because it's anything over 80 degrees or under like 50 degrees.
Huh. I've never flown with a pet, so I have no idea how any of it works.
I've done this plenty of times, but under the plane, never in the cabin with us, which is going to happen in a couple weeks because I'm mentally unstable. That's what that. I mean, look. Please let me know at home if you've had experience with this, either good and or bad. Please let me know because I'm interested as to what's going on with other people. And I think this is going to work fine. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I've seen other people do this before. I've been on planes. Emma was on a plane with a German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going to be fine, guys. It's going to be fine. Please don't make me crazy, okay? Are you guys doing anything for the holidays at all, or Thanksgiving, or no? Or are you going to...
we're quarantining to go see Cassie's parents.
Yeah. What about you, Lucas? Are you going anywhere?
Yeah, I'm going to Austin, so I got to get a COVID test this afternoon.
Oh, really? Are you flying or are you driving?
I'm flying, and I got to show it to my whole family so they know it's like paperwork.
Yep.
My brother's like, show me your COVID results. So
that's what I'm telling you, man. This is crazy. That's why I think no one's going to bother me with the dog, and I really believe that.
No.
So,
no, if anything, I think people will probably be happy to see a dog.
Yeah, I hope so. That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
At least one that doesn't sniff drugs,
Probably, yeah. I would say try taking Mickey on without a mask on and see what people complain about first.
That's true. I should do that. I'll wear a fucking.
I mean, that's the move. Go in there without a mask. You have this 80-pound dog you're walking. People go, "Sir, where's your mask?" Oh, sorry. Put it on. They're gonna forget that you're walking a dog. It's all about
Tracy
distraction.
Asked me, she goes, "Does the dog have to wear a mask?" I go, "Are you what? What'd you say? Ask that again." Does the dog have to wear a mask? I go, please. He's going to be wearing a cute little emotional support vest.
Apparently, dogs are starting to spread COVID a little bit. So people are going to dog parks. People pet the dog. Dog goes back to their person.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What are you, Fox News?
Don't let anyone touch your dog, Steve.
Dude, didn't you hear the vaccine's coming? 95% effective rate, and no one's going to take it. So we're good, bro. We're good. It's all good, dude. Don't worry about it. This thing's we're good.
Are you going to take it?
Dude, I don't. You know what? I don't know. I probably.
It's a yes or no.
I actually just got yelled at right now. To be honest, I've never gotten a flu shot. Never once.
Me either.
Oh, I don't get flu shots. I get sick.
And I'm not
an
anti-vaxxer. I just never. I don't get the. I travel all the time usually in the fucking winter, shaking people's hands and all that shit. So I'm not getting the flu shot again this year. She's already yelled at me about it. I mean, she's like, everyone's getting the flu shot. You're such a fucking contrarian. I go, I don't see it, but I'll get the vaccine for sure because, like I just want to work again. I just want to fucking tell dick jokes on the road to strangers in packed dark rooms. That's all I want.
I get it.
I did a show this past weekend. I did a show on Saturday. Saratella does that. I think it's like a speakeasy thing. He's like, he does like announces the comedians on Monday and then tells you where it's going to be on Saturday. So there I am Saturday. It felt like when I first moved here, performing at a restaurant/bar patio to a bunch of people, half of whom did not know there was going to be comedy. At a restaurant of which the cuisine, I have no idea what the fuck they serve, nor would I ever eat there under any circumstance whatsoever. And telling jokes to people that out of a fucking microphone and a boombox. I was like, what the fuck? Where are we? Like, I'm full circle, man. It's back to that. So, yeah, I'll take a vaccine, I guess. Yeah. I'm stupid. I'm not a person that's going to look too deep into it.
Which one are you going to take? You're going to take the one that's 95% effective, or are you going to go a little cheaper if the 90% effective is a little less?
Whatever Amazon.
Are you going to take that chance? What's that 5% cost?
Amazon's doing the prescription, so I'm a Prime member. Whatever they send me, the Moderna one, I take the Moderna one. They send me the Pfizer one, I shoot the fucking Pfizer one in my ass. My big thing is 3 weeks later, remembering. You think people are going to remember they got to go back 3 weeks later and take the second test or the second shot? How many idiots are going to forget? Right here.
Yeah.
You're gonna make the appointment for 3 weeks later, and next thing you know, something else is gonna come up. You're gonna lose a fantasy football the night before. You get banged up. You wake up in the morning. You don't feel good. You slept past the fucking thing. Oh, I'll reschedule for tomorrow, but you're not gonna do it. Then 3 weeks later, you feel great. You're like, fuck it, half of it's good enough for me. I'm good to go. And next thing you know, you're out there.
Got half a COVID.
You got half a COVID test or COVID vac. Speaking of COVID, they played like fucking 5 college football games this weekend because every college student in America has COVID. Do you know that?
Yep.
Every single one of them. They gave it to poor Herm Edwards. Herm Edwards got COVID this past weekend. They couldn't play that fucking game. It was crazy. They had to throw a game together at the Rose Bowl on Sunday, UCLA and Cal. They were like, fuck it, on Thursday. They were like, who wants to play football at the Rose Bowl on Sunday? And so that's it. That's how we're doing shit now. But the NBA is having their draft tonight.
Yep.
And apparently they're going to start back up in 2 weeks. And then December 22nd is going to be their new season.
That's right.
So, and nobody's happy with the team they're playing on right now. So things should get interesting in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah.
James Harden doesn't want to play for the Rockets because
neither does Westbrook. They both went out.
Ferretti or Ferretti, I don't know how you say that guy's name, is a Trump supporter. And so now these guys just go, the Nets. And it's like, how the fuck, if I'm the Rockets, I don't blame them. How the fuck am I supposed to negotiate a fair deal with the Nets, knowing that I only have one team I can trade to? You know, it's like, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Boston is making a push for Harden as well. They're looking to move Gordon Hayward so they can bring in Harden.
Look, everybody would love to have James Harden on their team, but, you know, and I'm sure if he hears Boston, he may be more interested. But, you know, these guys want to play with their friends. That's how we are now. Like Harden and Durant practiced in LA a couple weeks ago, and you know, next thing you know, it's like, well, why not? Why can't we do what I want to do? And, you know, they make a big stink in the press. And I'm behind the Rockets on this one, being like, you know what? Fuck you. You signed a contract with us for 2 years. You know, we came close. We're doing the best we can. We had a great season last year. I brought in some other players, you know, but now it's like we got to figure out another direction. But, you know, you can go fuck yourself if you're worried about who I voted for, by the way. That's what I would tell James Harden. You know, you don't want to, you probably knew this 2 years ago when you signed for me the first time. And I love when people keep saying he's turning down $100 million, $50 million a year. He's not turning that down to go work at McDonald's. He's going to get another job in the NBA playing for slightly less money than that. You know, slightly less than generational wealth, which is also generational wealth. So, you know, I'm not really on Team Harden here, to be honest with you, when it comes to that shit. I think that kind of like, I'm going to go play with, I see it with my sixth grader. They go to the sports pod, right? And the kids are allowed to make up their own teams, which is a fucking disaster. Never let them make up they're going to try to stack the deck. And I see them always trying to talk the little kids into being like, well, no, you have more players than us. It's like, no, you want to play with your friends. And that's why you're doing that. And so it's the same shit in the NBA. I didn't mind it when LeBron wants to go, okay, I want to do this, or I want to be moved, or I'm not I want to change. But to go, this is the team I want to go to, and that's the only, you know, that kind of bullshit doesn't fly. I don't think so, but I don't know. Are you guys excited about basketball or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basketball's fun.
Yeah, I'm watching tonight. One quick point too: if every athlete's gonna be mad that their owners, like most sports owners, are Republicans.
Yeah,
I don't get how that's. I think like 60 to 70% of all sports owners give to Republicans more than Democrats.
It's like, why? Because the Nets owner is a Democrat? I don't even know if he is. Who the fuck knows? He could give to the KKK for all we know. So it's like, what, you know, it's like he wants to go play with his friends there. And then what if he finds out that owner does something else shifty? It's like, you know, what are we doing here? I'm happy that they're going to have a draft. I'm happy that they seem to be going towards. It's nice to have another sport besides just football and golf to you know, root for and watch. So yeah, and you know, Christmas tradition. I like the fact that they're trying to make it back for Christmas, and they're going to have some good matchups. It's going to be fun to watch the draft tonight. They gave each one of the draftees a box, so it's like a kit. So when you get drafted, you open it up, and it's got all the team's hats. You can put whatever team they draft on you. You know, it's stupid, but you know, there's the Knicks traded to move up in the first round, so now they have 2 first-round picks. They have the 8th overall, and then 23rd, I think. They got from the Jazz. Yeah.
Probably not going to matter.
Probably won't matter.
Not a very good draft class either. There's
you got 3 guys at the top.
Yeah, they say that, but What I was watching Rick Bucher this morning, and he made the point that, yeah, they say it's not a deep draft class, but probably in the top 7, you're going to have a couple superstars that will, you know, in a few years, he's making the point that no one wants to be the GM who passed on like the one player that hits in the top 6, because it's very vague right now who that will be. But he made the point, like when Damian Lillard went, that wasn't a very strong draft class, but there will be a couple stars, I think, that come out of this. We just don't know.
I mean, that Weissman kid looks fucking pretty crazy. The kid from Memphis, I don't know, is it Weissman or
Yeah, there's just not enough to look off of really with him, but he looks great.
Yeah.
He's barely played a college game.
But I mean, think about how good Golden State's going to get. Second pick. So say Ball goes 1 and that kid goes 2. They're going to have Draymond Green, that kid play the 5. Draymond moves back down to the 4, you know, and then you got Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and who's the other one they got? They got fucking the other kid.
Oh, another. Yeah, the Minnesota.
The Minnesota guy, yeah, Wiggin, yeah. So it's like, Jesus Christ, another fucking team that just completely reloaded. It's going to be interesting to see where
their options to trade, like they're one of the teams looking supposedly to get a veteran. So you could see, I mean, Wiggins has a contract that makes him easily tradable. So between that and number 2 pick, they could trade it for the 7th pick and Blake Griffin. A big player should be moved tonight.
Yeah, there will be some trades.
Most likely.
I think I'm interested to see what Leon Rose does with his first. That's the Knicks general manager, president of operations. This is his first draft, so. You know, he's an agent. So it's like, you know, hopefully he's Rob Pelinka part 2 and we can bring a good competitive team to New York, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm happy that they're moving on and they're planning on having a season. That's good. We didn't do well in football again last weekend. We didn't do well in golf either. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Dustin Johnson. I know you're a huge fan of the podcast. Congratulations, Dustin Johnson, the 2020 Masters champion. Fucking lights out, 20 under par. I mean, pretty much wire to wire. Never really a doubt. He got to within 1 stroke. He bogeyed 2 holes in a row on Sunday. And Sung Jae Im got to within 1 stroke, but then it was really over after that. It was awesome. Awesome to watch. Awesome to see Paulina Gretzky at the end. She's so fucking hot. And, you know, his interview, I don't know if you got to see it with Jim Nantz and Butler Cabin, is fantastic. I mean, Jim Nantz, to be honest with you, asked the same question essentially 3 different ways, but Dustin Johnson struggled so hard the 3rd time. It was like, okay, you lived a mile, you know, an hour up the road. How does it feel to be the Masters champion? Well, you know, I grew up doing this and I loved it, and I always wanted to be the Masters champion. Every putt I made was for the Masters title. So 20 under par, you smoked the entire field. You know, what is that like? You know, I just I felt good. You know, every aspect, every way I played felt good. My brother helped me, and good. Everything was good. You know, and you're wearing the green jacket, put on to you by your childhood idol, Tiger Woods. What is that feeling like? I mean, I at this point, he's like, I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't even know how to answer this part. I mean, look, I can't feel. I don't have words, any more words. He literally said, I don't have any more words. And I'm like, he doesn't. He's an idiot. Do you understand? He's an idiot. There's a reason why nobody goes to Dustin Johnson for his take on social justice. He's a vapid idiot. He is the male version of Paulina Gretzky. They are to be admired, not to be poked at or try to dig at for information. You know, you asked the same question 3 times. Did you think you were going to get some sort of introspective look into it the 3rd fucking time, Jim Nantz? Give me a break, man. The guy's a moron. He's a former cokehead. He used to bang everybody else's wife on the PGA Tour, to the point where they had to suspend him for doing so. They're like, look, Dustin, just don't fuck anybody's wives. Please. These are your colleagues, for God's sakes. And so, you know, Gretzky was the best thing that happened to that guy. And obviously bringing his daughter into the situation's even better. But the guy is not fucking he's not Tiger Woods. He's not someone you're going to go to for oh wow, he's not Jack Nicklaus. So it was so painful to watch. It's like when you watch the Miss America pageant when they have to answer the questions, like how would you go about dealing with global poverty? Like you're like, oh fuck, that's what I felt like watching this interview. It was tough. And then my brother called me up because he's like, did you see Dustin Johnson and his brother were the first brother caddy player duo to win the Masters? And I said, yeah, I just saw that. He's like, do you know how bad? He's like, we would be the first brother, if you played the Masters, we'd be the first brother caddy duo to be kicked out of the Masters for wrapping a 7-iron around your brother's head. We would not both we've done that one time. I played the St. Jude Classic, St. Jude Classic in Memphis, in the Pro-Am, the Celebrity Pro-Am, and I brought him to caddy for me. By the way, he never picked up a club. He never picked up the bag. He did pick up a drink every single hole. He never had problems grabbing drinks, alcoholic beverages. Never gave me a piece of advice. Never gave me. First hole, it's 150 yards. I'm like, oh God, I'm so nervous. There's water all around it. I go, Gregory, what should I do? He goes, just don't hit it in the water. I go, you know what? Can you not, please? People are looking at me. All right, I am a celebrity here. And he goes, shut the fuck up. Stop bitching. And I was like, all right, fine.
This isn't the brother who's the priest, right?
It is.
Your brother who's a priest told you to shut the fuck up.
He told me to stop being such a pussy.
And got wasted.
Yes. Yes.
I got to start going back to church.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. Anyway, we didn't win our fucking $1 million.
We certainly didn't win.
I don't even know how do we finish?
Like 207,000th place. Your guy out of like 214,000. Your guy missed the cut, the one that you pushed for,
Adam
the Canadian.
I know.
And then the other guy, the court's like, let's swap this guy out and put this guy in. He missed the cut. So
Of course he did.
We had 4 guys make the cut, but we didn't come close. We were in the money, I think, on Saturday, like barely, and then we just fell off.
I won $100 for one game, the Friday game. Thursday, the first round. I bet on just the first round.
Solid.
I won $100 on the first round. Thank God for having Paul Casey in the first round, and then he shit the bed the rest of the time. But yeah, it was fun to watch. Exciting, different course in November than it was in April. But it's the next major championship, so Dustin Johnson's probably licking his chops to get back out there. He'd probably want to play again next weekend. But that's it.
Fucking golf talk, because I know you hate it.
No, it's fine.
You're like, it's because of COVID. It's something I've had to deal with. I get it.
I really enjoyed having more balance with, instead of 10 games in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. I liked having all the games to choose from in the afternoon. That was a lot of fun. Like I get sick of just watching the Cowboys in the afternoon in LA, just because that's the only game that's on.
Did you happen to watch my second place NFC East 2-game winning streak New York Giants?
I don't want to get your hopes up, but honestly, you are the best team in the division right now.
Team in the division, dude.
But then your coach had to get into a fight with the offensive lineman coach. So who knows what that's going to do to the team. Your O-line was, I guess, maybe it's an improvement because your O-line was already so bad. Now they can bring in someone else.
Bad. Exactly, dude. These guys are get on the fucking line, bro. Joe Judge is a perfectionist. He wants shit done his way and correctly. And that's it,
and maybe, maybe next time just say that to the guy instead of trying to throw fists with the biggest dude in the locker room.
Doesn't Joe Judge have an emotional support dog too?
Probably,
yeah. He was at his draft. He was at the draft with him.
Yeah.
Does he bring it to practice?
I mean, you guys listen. The Giants look really good.
We're good, dude.
Considering the division, they look really good.
Considering what? We don't have – okay.
Putting them up against the rest of I'm not saying they're a good team compared to the rest of the NFC. I'm just saying compared to the NFC East, they look good.
No.
Daniel Jones is not making mistakes.
No, we are a gift to the 1 seed.
And
we are Carson
Wentz has just fallen off planet Earth. His O-line sucks. Miles Sanders will be a bump, but, I mean, Wentz is just playing so bad. I think the Eagles are done.
So bad, man.
The Cowboys have no O-line, so Ezekiel Elliott can't run, and then Dalton's going to come back. He's going to get knocked out again. Washington.
This is a big – this week for the Giants. This week for the Giants is literally their biggest week, and they have a bye week. You know why? Yeah. Because every other team is playing.
Could lose.
And they're not playing each other. So every team could lose. And the Giants they won't be in first place because of that fucking tie that Philadelphia got. I feel like that tie is going to kill us at the end. I looked at the Giants' schedule for the rest of the season, and I can see us going maybe 3-3.
Which
you want to hear the games?
Enough.
I think that. Hold on. So we have New York Giants schedule. Okay, so we're off this week. Then we get the Bengals. Okay.
Yes.
We can beat the Bengals
in Cincy or in New York. That makes a difference.
It's in Cincy.
Okay. Still winnable.
Okay. Then the next week, Seahawks in Seattle.
Let me tell you something. Your defense.
Come on now, Brenton.
Your defense has played really well, and Buffalo has shown everybody. Buffalo showed everybody, and then the Rams did the same thing last week. If you put pressure on Russell Wilson, you can beat the Seahawks, who have right now the worst passing defense in the history of football. They're on pace to break the record by 1,000 yards given up. So
Joe Burrows nor Russell Wilson don't know about the 2 fucking ankles we snapped this year.
And here's the other thing.
So it's somewhere that's in the back of their mind where they're like,
Steve,
hey, we may not fucking lose, but I can lose my fucking limb.
Here's the other thing, Steve. I love when a team comes off a huge victory, playing a team that comes off a big loss. The team that loses usually wins that game. Arizona came off a huge win. They play Seattle on Thursday. Seattle's probably going to kick the crap out of them, and then New York will be an afterthought game.
Well, the week after that, we have, and you mentioned big games, and I didn't want to bring it up this soon, but we have the Cardinals. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, Rogue. I didn't mean to bring it up. But who knows? We could maybe beat the Cardinals. You never know which Cardinal team shows up.
Is it in New York or is it in –
That's in New York.
Okay, so last time Murray played in MetLife Stadium, he did not play well.
Okay.
So again, you could steal one there.
The week after, we have the Browns.
The Browns suck.
Then we have the Ravens. So
the Ravens really suck
in Baltimore, and then the last week is the Cowboys. So I see a definite path to 3-3. We're going to beat the Bengals. We're going to beat the Cowboys, and we just have to figure out between the Seahawks, the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Ravens who's going to get fucking upset.
You're going 5-1.
Because I think, dude, from your lips to my cock, I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you, I will let you blow me if we go 5-1, Brenton. And that is a guarantee right here. You heard on the podcast. I don't normally go out on sexual favors for payoff for bets, but I will let you blow me if the Giants go 5-1.
Out of principle, though, I don't engage in sexual acts with mentally unstable people.
What if I have my dog sitting there next to me? I'm very calm. What if Mickey's there, sitting next to me, making eye contact with you as you blow me?
We are on a plane.
Eye contact with me.
Is this the Danish and O'Neill podcast?
40,000.
What's happening?
Licking peanut butter off my balls. Yes, we're on a plane, Brenton, and I'm flying the plane. I'm flying the plane. You're blowing me. The dog's in the co-pilot chair. Do you understand what we're talking about here?
It's a visceral image.
Who wouldn't want to be on that?
Not really.
Who wouldn't want to be on that flight, by the way?
I'm good. I'll take a pass.
Who would not? Okay, fine. Suit yourself.
But yeah, there is a path where you guys could go 5-1.
There is, absolutely. I could see it happening faux show. What I also think is going to happen is that the Bills will rebound from this past week. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
That was brutal.
Absolutely.
That was brutal.
What? Here's what I had to say about that. It was one of those plays where if he had 100 chances, they only make it one time. It was a miracle play. It was a great play. Yeah. He's
the best receiver in the league, so he probably makes it more than
Hopkins,
that.
Yes. But I'm saying Murray makes that throw.
Everyone on the Bills team did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yes.
You can't look at anyone. Nope. I mean, they rushed him. They kept him contained. They moved, they got him outside the pocket. They were pushing him towards the sideline. Both guys around DeAndre Hopkins, nobody interfered with them. They went up to try to block. He just got a little higher than them.
He's just taller.
And then it's just it's hand strength at that point,
But here's why I'm happy. They are now 5-1 in one possession games, which means Josh Allen has stepped up to that next level where he will come in and he will win the football game. And he did with 34 seconds left.
Yeah, he did.
He drove them down
really
the field and won the game. So this will light a fire under their ass, and I would not want to have to play them after their bye. They're going to come out and just kick the shit out of – who are they playing next?
They play the Chargers.
Yeah, they're going to kick the shit out of the Chargers. Absolutely,
the big game
will destroy the Chargers.
I want to see that. I cannot wait for that Buffalo-Miami game. I think that game's going to be –
Miami's a flash in the pan.
Dude.
Their defense is playing well, but everyone getting excited about Tua. Well. He has not thrown for more than 248 yards or 2 touchdowns in a game. They are just going to run the ball, and eventually people are going to stack the box. They're going to force him to actually have to make plays, and he's a rookie. He's not ready. Like, they'll be like 2 or 3 games behind the Bills for the division, but they're not going to contend. It won't come down to the last week.
I don't know about that, man.
I'm more nervous about the Patriots figuring out, hey, if we just run the ball and we're a power running team, we have a decent defense, we can win games that way instead of, the hybrid.
Yeah, but they got to get a lead. They got to score some points, They are more of a clock management team than they've ever been before. Belichick's – look, you should always be worried about a Bill Belichick-led team.
They're 4-5
but
now.
I think the Patriots are going to be less of a concern than the Miami Dolphins for sure. And I don't think the Miami Dolphins fall that far behind, 2 or 3 games behind. I think they're a game. If not, that game that they play each other decides the division. I really do believe that.
We'll see. I think this week will be the determining factor because you got Tua going to Denver. He's got to play in the cold against a pretty good defense with the elevation.
When are you going to get off Denver, bro? What are you sucking
I love
Denver's
the Broncos.
For? They're going to beat. Do you want to talk about that game right now? They're going to beat the Broncos in Denver. Do you understand how that's going to happen?
They're
going to beat the Broncos. Are you crazy,
not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
My, Brenton, they're going to beat the Broncos. They are.
They
are. I'm with Steve on this. I don't get the Broncos love either.
Emma, back me up.
I have no idea what's going on.
Exactly.
She's on our side.
Broncos.
Obviously. I don't know what you're doing. Every year you pick some shitty team like a fucking foster child to just be like, oh no, they're not that bad.
I said that about the Lions. Look what the Lions are doing. The Lions are on their way up. The Lions could sneak into second place and make the playoffs.
I don't mind you saying the Lions, but don't say they're going to win a specific game that they don't.
I'm not saying the Broncos are a good team, but they're going to beat Miami. You're going to see a rookie quarterback play like a rookie quarterback this week.
I think the Broncos have a decent defense, and I think they could make him on the road look a little bit. But I don't think the Broncos have an offense enough to be the Miami defense is fucking legit, bro.
Well, is Drew Lock playing? Is he practicing? That's what I'm gonna. That matters.
No, it doesn't.
That absolutely matters.
He's not that good, dude. He's not a fucking.
But he's good enough. He's good enough.
Not to beat a team. No, he's not.
He's good enough to beat a Miami team.
No, he's not. Not a Miami defense team, dude. You're underestimating the Miami defense. And I think it's racism. It's Brian Flores because he's black.
No, it's because I don't like the Dolphins.
I understand they're a division rival. I just want to try to add a little spice to the podcast. That's all.
Just because
I feel like
needing to buy a gun and getting animal support.
What's the spread on that game, by the way? I didn't even.
They took it off of MyBookie because they don't know if Lock's going to play. MyBookie is really touchy with some of these games. Like they don't have Tennessee, Baltimore on there.
I know.
They don't have Detroit, Carolina because McCaffrey's been ruled out, so they got to change their.
We
lines.
may have to shift the date of the podcast based on all this shit as things.
Or we just put out our bets on Friday. We record the podcast
by the
Wednesday
way,
and then put out a bonus thing on Friday. Here's our picks.
They can't once the playoffs or we get closer to playoffs or they can't start moving game right, or can they? Am I wrong about that?
I mean, they can do
what
whatever
I'm saying
they
is
need to do to get the games
say you
played.
had three. Okay, so say you had 3 wild card games on a weekend plan, or 4. Let's say 4 wild card games on a weekend, right? One team comes up with COVID. Now, are you going to play the other 3, and then move that next one to another week, or are you going to move the whole or shift the whole week? Like, because I think that
they may shift the whole week in that case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think unlike the regular season. And being done and knowing who your opponent, you know what I'm saying, it's a big advantage, I think, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to shift. It's interesting. But, yeah, I mean, that's what's getting frustrating with this thing. It's like we're making these predictions, which, by the way, last week, we let Court talk us into picking the Thursday game and completely ruining our weekend for the parlay.
You said that was what was going to happen, too.
Who was right about the Rams? Who was right about the Rams?
Who gives a fuck? We lost on Thursday, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and I'm going to be right about the Broncos. It's going to happen again.
You were right about something today, 3 days before. We needed you to be right about something that you were wrong about. Congratulations. Amazing. What work? Wait, the Arizona – what is this shit? I want the NFL. Don't give me fucking cricket.
That's all we can bet on now.
Right.
Say what you want about cricket, but they have their lines out early and they're accurate.
They got 3 games. Are you looking at MyBookie right now? They have 3 games up.
Should we bet on cricket?
I had a few more when I checked it before the podcast.
I got the Cardinals in Seattle, Philadelphia and Cleveland, and Atlanta.
No, I got a lot more. I'm just missing a couple.
Where the fuck are they?
I can go through it. The only ones that I don't see
on
now I
here.
Got
them now. Yeah.
Okay,
all
good.
Right. The Rams and the Bucks. Okay, so where are I want to see this Denver line. Mr.
Right now I have Denver favored by 3.
Thank you.
3.5.
Oh,
why is that?
Sorry, the Dolphins are favored by 3.5. My
Dolphins.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Dude, you're wrong, bro.
I mean, Drew Lock's hurt too. I mean, he's got a rib injury. That's a serious. I know we already talked about that, but that's a real, especially for a young guy.
Yeah, Drew Brees isn't going to play this week. He's got a collapsed lung. And a
sidebar, anyone who listens to this podcast that plays in an ESPN league, if you don't have Taysom Hill and he's available, go pick him up. Taysom Hill is tight end eligible on ESPN for whatever fucking reason. So if he is the starter, at the very least, he's playing like 40% of the snaps, you get to play a quarterback at your tight end spot.
Wait a minute. They'll let you play him at tight end. And if he happens to come in and throw a
tight
touchdown.
End. Yes. And I know I see the wheels turning in your head, but the answer is I picked up Taysom Hill in Punch Drunk this morning.
I don't care. I've given up. I lost all 3 leagues.
You can't give up, man. We're trying to win. You need to. Okay,
everyone I pick up gets hurt. Nobody performs.
First of all,
underwhelming.
You're being really mentally unstable. So calm down. Get your dog. Second, you still are playing to beat Tripoli, Johnny, and team. So just keep playing to beat them. Don't worry about the top. I've got the top taken care of.
One game away from being in the playoffs.
Exactly.
I'm
contend.
Right there.
Contend.
I'm right there in all of them except for the Comedy Store League. Now I've shit the bed in that one. I'm second to last.
It's okay. I only put up 60 points this weekend, so it's cool. I'm doing really well.
Christian McCaffrey is out again. So as I said at the start of the draft season, I don't want the first pick because that's what happens. I've had him.
Does Mark Ingram
weeks.
play? Does he play football anymore? Mark Ingram?
He does.
Or does he just constantly fuck me?
It's a
timeshare.
He's
a porn star now who fucks me solely like my wife.
It's a timeshare that J.K. Dobbins got the most snaps, and then Gus Edwards out-touched both of them.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's a bad situation in Baltimore.
Real bad right now, dude. I'm not happy about it at all. I need to be made aware of these fucking changes. I've made a trade for Mark Ingram.
I know you
under
did.
The assumption he was going to be the fucking guy.
And Michael Thomas is going to go off now.
I know, and he'll have him for the playoffs, and I'll be sitting there like, fuck.
I mean, you don't think if Jameis Winston starts at quarterback playing the Falcons, he's not going to throw 50 times? It's going to be just a crazy shootout.
We'll see.
I don't mean to pile it on, but, try harder. Do better.
Cleveland this week, and you can give the fucking Eagles 3.5 points. Come on,
Cleveland's giving 3 points.
Yeah, so I said you can give the Eagles 3.5 points.
So you want to take Cleveland -3? Okay. Yeah, that's.
I mean, if you want to take them on the money line, but I think they beat the fucking Eagles.
You're making us do two things that we don't like. We're betting on an NFC East game.
No, we're betting against an NFC East team.
I understand that.
We never fuck with NFC East.
But we're using the Browns to be the team that we're betting against. That's the only thing that makes me nervous. I don't believe in Baker, and the weather's going to be bad again. And look what it's been the last 2 weeks in Cleveland.
Did you see what Nick Chubb did? You see what Nick Chubb did, dude?
Yeah, he ran out of bounds.
Yeah, because he's smart, and they won the game.
No, he's an idiot. You don't do that. Score the touchdown, you go up by 10. They're not going to score 10 points in 51 seconds or whatever it was. He's an idiot.
Spoken like a true fantasy football / gambler addict right there.
But going out of bounds and stopping the clock, that doesn't help you either.
They won the game.
I understand that, but there was nothing about –
should have fallen down on the one line, but yeah.
Yes.
What I'm saying is he makes amazing runs, and they're going to run the ball regardless of the weather, and they're going to win the fucking team. They're going to win the game. That's my fucking lock.
Okay.
If you want one. Cock of the week right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And we're not touching Thursday, even though Seattle's going to win that game 100%.
Don't fuck with it.
Okay.
I don't want my weekend ruined
100%.
Tomorrow.
100% Seattle wins. We've got Atlanta, New Orleans. New Orleans is at home -5 with a new quarterback starting under center, and we still don't know who it is. It could be Winston or Hill. We're not going to know until Friday.
I say we don't fuck with it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't fuck with the unknown. I got another one. I said guaranteed lock of the week.
Patriots?
No. The Los Angeles Rams over the Tampa Bay Bucks. You can go fuck yourself.
Yes.
The Bucks, even at home, I can't wait for the Rams to go in there and wipe the floor with them. The defense is better. Maybe that'll be the game. Goff shows up. He's usually good on Monday nights. He throws for 1 billion yards. So I say the Rams, you know what? And I'll take the 4 points if you're going to give them, but I think the Rams are going to win the fucking game.
Absolutely. And why is that, Steve? Who's playing quarterback for the Bucks? Yes. Yes.
He did great on Sunday.
He did not do great on Sunday.
He did fantastic.
No, he
46
didn't.
46 points.
He did not. He's playing a shitty defense. It was mainly his running backs. He didn't make any throws that were like, wow, that guy's a good quarterback. He's still not that good. He's back. On the decline, and I don't know why people live in the past and think that he's still this great guy. He's not in the top 10 anymore.
Well,
he's not a good athlete
anymore. The fucking Rams on Monday night. That I know.
He either overthrows guys or he underthrows guys.
No, I'm with Steve. The Rams have a great pass defense, so I don't think
the Rams are going to win.
Yeah.
But do you want to take them +4? Or do you want the money line? That's the decision.
We'll take the money points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going back up, we have New England road favorites -2 in Houston. And it seems like New England's figured something out.
I would take New England.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't trust New England at all. I don't trust Cam Newton. So that's my
two oldest coaches in the NFL. Oldest coaches ever playing each other, I believe. Two guys in their 70s.
Belichick's in his 70s?
I think so.
Really?
I know Romeo. Check. Pretty sure.
I know Pete Carroll's in his 70s. I didn't think.
I thought Romeo Crennel
died.
Oh,
no. Belichick today 68, Crennel 74.
Damn. Pete Carroll's the oldest coach in the NFL, though.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, I think, is older than.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's older than Romeo Crennel now, but I know he was the oldest before they fired O'Brien.
Yeah. No, Carroll's 69, Crennel 73.
Damn.
So
I
thought
he
was
now.
Dead, dude. But I got him confused with the guy that coached. We played to win the game. He's dead, right?
Yeah, Herm Edwards.
Yeah. No, not Herm Edwards.
Dennis Green.
Old Dennis Green. Yeah, he's dead, right?
Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah, he is. I believe he is.
Oh, he's the one that. Oh, we gave him a chance. Oh, and what was his big thing?
They are who. Yeah, they are
who we thought they were.
Yeah.
And we let him off the hook.
Yep, that's R.I.P. Dennis Green. And congratulations to Romeo Crennel for still being alive. That's cool. I didn't know that. Either way, I still think I don't really give a fuck about that game. So
yeah. So we can skip it. Next up, Pittsburgh is going to Jacksonville, and Pittsburgh is giving 10 points. Pittsburgh has, on occasion, played down to their competition, but, I mean, that defense against Jake Luton.
I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to let them overlook this game. He's already complimented the Jacksonville running back. And for that reason alone, I think that the Steelers win by 25-plus points.
Agreed. Then we have Cincinnati is visiting the Washington Redskin Potatoes. The Bengals are getting 1 point on the road.
I'm rooting hard for the Bengals. You want to give me an extra reason to? I say we take the Bengals on the money line.
I would, plus 105 on the money line.
Yep.
This one, I cannot believe the line. The Jets are only getting 8.5 points going to Los Angeles. The Jets just put one of their best guys in the secondary on IR, and they released the other one. And that's saying something because they have one of the worst secondaries in the league. So they basically have completely dismantled their defense, have no offense whatsoever. And Herbert, they're not winning games, but he's slinging the ball. So this is a game that they win by at least 10 points. That's my lock. I mean, it's the fucking Jets. They are the worst team I've seen since –
yeah, they are bad.
I don't know, they might be the worst team, and they have the worst coach I think I've seen in my lifetime.
What have we done well? We've made money, or we've been on the way to making money doing one thing and one thing only this year.
Betting against
the Jets. So let's do it again. Why not?
Lock it in. This will be a good game.
I don't want to fuck with this game. I don't like this game.
You don't like the Colts and the Packers? It's basically a pick 'em.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, but I don't want to pick a winner of it.
Well, what about
I'm not picking against Aaron Rodgers, and the Colts fucked us last week in a big way, so I'm afraid of them. So I'm afraid of this game.
Looking instead, like some of these games that we don't want to touch with who will win, what about looking at the over-under of 51? The Packers play at a pretty quick pace, but the Colts play at a very slow pace. They run the ball a lot. So are they going to score? Are the Packers going to be able to run the ball? Because the Bears couldn't at all. The Colts shut down Derrick Henry for the most part. So the Packers can't just run the ball with Aaron Jones. That defense is very good, I think they're getting their safety
Aaron
back.
Rodgers turns the ball over at least once, so if you had
So do we want to start including over-unders in these parlays? We can get more action in.
I mean, I don't really necessarily love it, but if you want to do it, it's an interesting way. I would say take the under. That's my opinion, but I don't know what
leaning towards the under. I think you have a decent defense in Green Bay going up against a bad quarterback in Phillip Rivers, and then you have a good quarterback in Aaron Rodgers going up against a good defense.
Great defense, yeah. So, like I said, I think he throws at least one pick or a turnover. So, I don't know if it's going to be 35, 25, but I could see it being like 24-20.
Packers could also get out to a lead and then just try to sit on it and coast.
I like the under.
I'm taking the under. And therefore, when we go back to Atlanta, New Orleans, do you want to look at taking the over-under on that, which is 50.5?
No. We don't know who's playing quarterback, dude. What are you going to fuck with that for? Right, Rogue? Come on!
He disagrees. How about the Patriots-Texans? Over-under is 48.5, and they should be running the ball a lot in that game. Okay. It's okay. So next up, we got Dallas visiting Minnesota. Minnesota's giving 7 points at home with an over-under of 48.5.
Dude, Minnesota looks like they could be the best team right now in the last 2 weeks of football. They look good. They looked good.
That was against the Bears, though. Keep in mind, it was against the Bears. Minnesota's defense. Here's the problem with what happened that game. Minnesota's defense has one of probably the second worst secondaries in the league behind the Jets. And what the Bears did, they handed the play calling off to what's-his-face. So it wasn't, he was sending every receiver deep every play, and the Bears' offensive line couldn't block. So you had 4 receivers just running straight down the field, and Foles didn't have time to throw it down the field. They had no one going underneath. It was just really bad play calling. So I think that helped the Vikings a lot. Vikings are decent on offense if Dalvin Cook can get going, but if he can't get going, they're going to lose badly. So
look, dude, the
Dallas
Cowboys suck.
Dallas has a really bad defense.
What do you think? They're going to cover 7 points? Is that I don't know.
I don't think they're going to cover 7 points. I'm just talking on you saying that Minnesota's looking like it'll be one of the best teams in the last. I don't think Minnesota is a good team. I think it's going to be Green Bay and then it's going to be Detroit. But Minnesota will win this game.
I think Minnesota is the second place team. That's the long-term bet for us right there.
Okay. Yeah, I would lean Detroit, who gets Carolina this week.
But in the immediate, they beat up the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're going to beat up the Cowboys
by 7 points.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Great. Dalvin Cook, book it. Let's go. Come on, Dalvin.
Now we got a very fun game. Kansas City is going to Vegas for what could be the division title.
Yeah.
And Vegas is getting 7 points at home. Over under 56.5. High scoring game.
Kansas City.
I like the over, and you like them covering 7.5. I like them winning on the money line, but I don't like them covering. You do.
They got embarrassed by the Raiders last time they played.
Yeah.
Raiders are a good football team that no one talks about.
Yeah, they beat the Bills. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. Come on, dude.
The Bills are a very good football team.
I like the Chiefs. I know they are. I like the Chiefs, but I don't know if I like the 7.5. So I'd be more comfortable with the money line, but I can be, veto.
I do
no
money
problem.
line. 7.5. That half point gets me. I do the money.
Yeah. You guys are outvoting me, but I like the Raiders. I like the upset this week.
What do you mean? You took the Broncos last week over the Raiders.
Because I believe in the Broncos.
Stupidly. Unfoundedly.
The Broncos were at home.
Okay.
They shit the bed.
It is. On the money line. Thank you. Lock it in. And then we already know we did the Rams already. The Rams are going to take down TB12 and his little fucking cronies down there in Tampa Bay. All his fucking guys. Antonio Brown, Gronkowski. Who else is still down there?
It's Mike Evans, Godwin, Fournette, Jones.
The running back, Everyone's down there.
So we have Cleveland -3. The Rams +4, the Steelers -10, the Bengals on the money line, the Chargers -8.5. We're going under on Green Bay and Indianapolis of 51. Minnesota -7, and the Chiefs on the money line, $50 will win us $6,163.15.
That's a lot of COVID tests. You could probably get your at-home kit for that fucking dough right there.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It gets
Locked
me hard,
in.
guys. It gets me hard thinking about just, Scrooge McDucking our way through all that cash, just laying down and rolling around in it. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Whoa, sounds like a fucking alien in a helicopter on the roof. What else? You guys have anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to chat it up with? I think the White Sox are gonna rethink hiring, as they should, Tony La Russa. I don't know if Jerry Ryan.
They were dropping the charge. They weren't gonna, whatever county it was in, they weren't gonna charge him.
They should still reconsider it.
Yeah,
they should reconsider it.
Last I heard, they were reconsidering it, which I just assumed Jerry Reinsdorf listened to the podcast last week, and so the people have been heard. I don't know. I don't think they should keep him, but if they do, what am I gonna do? You gonna watch the draft tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What else is going on? All right, sweet. I have Omaha, the waiting room. So far, it's still happening. The waiting room or the waiting lounge? They made fun of me because I think I said it wrong last time, and I just said it wrong again.
Take 2 takes, say it one way, and then pause, and then say it the other way.
I can't wait to go to the waiting room. I can't wait to go to the waiting lounge in Omaha, Nebraska, December 3rd and 4th, I believe. It's a Thursday, Friday. I'll be banging out one show Thursday, 2 shows Friday. 3rd and 4th. So
I just
tickets are at the what?
It's called the Waiting Room Lounge. So you're both
waiting
right.
room lounge. Look at me, dude. See, I told you, I'm always 1 degree away from perfect. I can't wait to get out. I'm going to my fucking first lesson right after this podcast, guys. The journey. Start the cameras. The journey to the senior tour begins today. Mark my words. Thank you again, Travis Matthews. Thank you again, Quater Shoes. Thank you again, Callaway Golf. You will be my sponsors. I will not forget you when I get to the senior tour. I will not forget you when I win the Charles Schwab Cup. I will not forget you when I go down as one of the greatest sports stories in the history of mankind. You will be with me. You will be on my bag. You have been supportive since day one. But now, my next chapter begins. The senior tour begins today. Thank you. That's the podcast for this week, everyone. My name is Steve Ranazizi. Thank you again for listening. Please tell other people about this. Please tell people. By the way, next Monday. Oh fuck! I have baseball from 5 to 6:30. We should do.
You want to do Sunday night?
No, let's do Monday. We could do it from 7 to 8. I'll be home by like 6:45. I'll shove some dinner in my mouth, and then I'll come out and watch football. Patreon people, thank you very much for your patronage. I fucked that up.
Patreonage.
Patronage.
But they're Patreon, and it's patronage. Patreonage.
Thanks for patronizing us.
Patronizing.
And so we'll do a Monday Night Football. If you guys want to watch, email the baby Biddlecombe, or he'll email you guys, and we'll set it up. It's the Tampa Bay game. Maybe it'll be for all the fucking marbles, bro. Oh no, it's the Charger game, I think.
Yeah, it's the Charger game.
No, the Rams.
No, the Rams game. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Rams Bucks.
Perfect. For all the marbles. Could be for $6,000. You want to watch me throw something through my brand new TV? Next Monday on Patreon. All right, that's the podcast. Thanks a lot for listening. Talk to you guys later. Bye.